Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Lexi and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Lexi's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. Lots of motivation and little tiny corrections that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any little correction or adjustment that's needed, and that is simply a small tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Lexi has been fitted with her very own training equipment, and she's going to go home with it, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly tomorrow during your follow-up training session. Now, Lexi's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking and one of your major complaints, and the command is Lexi heel. Now at this point, Lexi has a job to do, and that is to stay even with your left leg when you're walking with her. Not dragging you down the street, not pulling, but being more aware of where you are so that you're the leader of the walk and not Lexi. Each time that you stop your feet, she has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. And if you speed up, slow down, change direction, and we do all of those things in the course of teaching the heel, she should do the same.
See? Oh, that was about.
So as you just saw when Lexi stopped, I thought she was going to go to the bathroom. Rich didn't give up. He just got down and said, "Come on, Lexi, let's go." And she got up and started going again. I don't know if there was a bug. The bugs are bad. It got hot so fast. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, we do not use the name. The long sit stay, when you're practicing at home, you can practice indoors as well as outdoors. Start out at about 30 seconds and slowly work up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to her, he walks counterclockwise all the way around her. He returns back to her shoulders and he stops. And this is very important because at this point you have to give her another command.
Ready? Lexi, go.
Rich told her to heel again, but you could tell her a lot of different things from that position, and we'll be demonstrating them as we go along.
Good girl. Lexi, go.
Nice heeling, staying right by Rich's side.
Stay.
He leaves her in another sit stay, turns to face her again, and this time, instead of returning back to her after she's held this for a few seconds, just to demonstrate it, Rich is going to call her, and this is the recall or the come on command.
Lexi, come.
You do use her name, you use a happy voice, and she should come right in front of you and sit. And that should eliminate the jumping. Any jumping or putting her front feet on you. And we do these videos so that you have a visual to practice with at home. This has to be reinforced. It doesn't have to be every day, but the dogs should know that you know what you're doing. By the time you leave here, you will.
Stay.
Rich leaves her in a sit stay. He's going to call her again.
Lexi, come.
And on the come, you can be happy, but don't go over the top because we want her to come in nicely like a lady and sit in front of you. And gives her some loving for a good job. Now the next commands that we're going to demonstrate for you are Lexi's favorites. Not necessarily because she loves to do them, but she loves it when she gets there. And these are your down commands. The first one, with her seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down.
Down. Stay.
And this also can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. If it's too hot, too cold, too rainy, too buggy, practice right in your living room. Because you want good house manners as well as good outdoor manners.
Stay.
When Rich returns back to her, he returns exactly as he did on the sit stay. All the way back, he stops at her shoulders and she expects to get another command.
Lexi, here.
He heals her out of that. And he will demonstrate that command again for you.
Lexi, here.
Left open palm, straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down and stay. And really with mature dogs like this, you can have the long down stay to be 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes she'll be asleep. Because she can get very comfortable in her down commands.
Lexi, come.
Rich calls her out of that command, brings her right in. He uses his leash as a guide, and then he takes her back to heel and back sitting. Good girl. And the very last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. So with her seated at your left, you're going to leave her in a stay and you're going to turn to face her. And your homework will be to lengthen out your distance.
Down. No. Down. Stay.
Now, she didn't do it the first time, so Rich said just simply no, and he repeated the command. And we're going to show you how to give the little corrections. I think that she's done a beautiful job here at school. She's learned a lot. She's a sweet girl. And we've enjoyed having both of your kids. We will see you tomorrow, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company. We'll be back.